Man, when did you wanted to professionally do this? When, like, what age were you at? Like, I wanna really get out there and I actually do this.
Mm,
Like,
yeah, I feel like there were maybe a couple points in my life where I decided that because I felt like I knew early on, like when I first picked up guitar and was learning how to play.
what age?
Uh,
What age was that?
15 or 16.
Yeah.
Um, my uncle had when he moved out of the house, he had left an old guitar in the basement that I just picked up one day, dusted off, and was like, hey, you mind if I play this? And it
Hmm.
didn't work. Like the electronics didn't work. I couldn't even plug it into an amp. I spent the first year of me playing guitar just playing an electric guitar with no sound, like just the
Wow.
sound of the strings and nothing else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like no amp, no nothing. Like I had to play that thing for a year before my grandmother got me my first guitar
Hmm.
as a Christmas present and a little practice amp. So um, it started there, and I was just like every day, man. Just learning like Metallica songs and stuff. The first song I ever learned was "Seek and Destroy."
Ha ha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and playing along stuff like that, and just and then I'm listening to Korn and Slipknot. I'm learning about drop tunings, and I'm
Yeah.
fucking the guitar all up, tuning it down to drop A, and it's not set up for that. And
Hmm.
then there was like I had some friends who were learning how to play instruments, and we'd say we were going to make these little bands or whatever, and just jam and make noise, in my grandmother's house, and nothing really come of it, until uh, one band finally played an actual show.
Yeah.
And I think that first time I was on stage, I was just like, yeah, this is it. Because I had never felt comfortable doing any kind of like performance or speaking in front of anyone. Like
Yeah.
like in school, like doing school plays or speaking in front of the class, or whatever. No matter how like well spoken, whatever I have been in my life, like
Yeah.
when the spotlight was on me, there was always just that like clamminess,
Yeah.
um, just that little bit of unsettled feeling, and I didn't feel any of that. The stage fright people talk about and stuff, not an ounce of it.
Not
And
an
my
ounce of
first
it.
the first show I ever played, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think then I kind of knew um that I was like, this is it. This is the thing. Like I'm supposed to be doing this.
Hmm.
But the other moment, and I don't know in the like which came first in the chronological order. I'd imagine it came before that show, but watching the Slipknot Disaster Pieces DVD
Oh my gosh. I was
is literally the like I see that and I'm like I'm the Leonardo DiCaprio meme, like pointing at the screen, going, that's it,
Yeah.
that's what I want to do. Like what they're doing is what I want to do.
Dude, I was just telling my 6-year-old son that he has to go watch that DVD.
Yeah. Oh.
To me, because that made me more of a fan of them when that
Mhm.
that DVD came out back then. It was just they were just sick. It's
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, these guys are unreal.
Mhm.
Like this is their show. Like, but yeah, no. Sorry, man. I went on a
No,
tangent.
yeah, no.
So
By all means, dude, I'll sit here and I'll talk about that entire DVD for 2 hours, dude. Like that is so like it's such an iconic DVD. It's so pivotal.
yeah.
Like it was my favorite band growing up. Like
Mm,
and like just blew me away watching that. I'd never even seen them live
yeah.
in person. Uh,
Yeah.
like 10 years. It was their 10-year anniversary in 2009.
Yeah.
Um, is the first time I saw them live.
Damn.
Yeah, like I didn't get to like go to a lot of big concerts growing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, like never got to go to an Ozfest.
Right.
I was too. too young. I just missed the Woodstock days, you know.
Oh man.
Um, I mean, you know, the first concert I ever went to was a it was King's X, Joe Satriani, and Dream Theater, and I had never even listened to any of those bands. But my friend had a free ticket, and
Okay.
I think I was like seven. This was like my first like big concert. No, I wasn't 17. I was like, I think I had been like 16
Mm,
ish. I don't know.
mm,
That was like my first like not local show concert I ever went to,
right.
and you know, I mean, at that point in my life, I'd never been to anything like that. And again,
Mm,
like, yeah, I don't even know how I ended up at that concert. I remember that being like the first like big concert I ever went to, but
right.
I, um, so it's memorable in that way.
Right.
Nothing against, there's obviously Joe Satriani is a legend in Dream Theater and all that, but it was just
Yeah.
that stuff wasn't really my thing.
Yeah.
Um,
It's not for everyone.
my thing growing up was the new metal. It was, at that point, I grew up. I had early, um, thrash metal and punk in the
Yeah.
house from the one uncle, um, and so I was into that at like a very very early age. Rancid is another big one.
Damn.
Um, so that's another heavy bass influence, honestly.
Yeah.
Maybe not playing wise, but like tone wise, I've always loved that like high attack, um, like really punchy bass tone.
Yeah.
I obviously always love the Maxwell Murder bass solo.
Hmm.
Uh, and another like another one of my like favorite bass tones ever is Comeback Kid on the Wake the Dead album. It's a
Oh,
bit newer, but like yeah. I guess not newer because it's like
right.
early 2000s, but like you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Like growing up, like that was like the bass tone I like, but like that kind of like the punk sound. So I was into like the thrash and the punk, and then when I started to find my own music, I liked Corn and Slipknot and Mudvayne.
Yeah.
Fear Factory was
Yeah.
a big one. That's like
Mm,
so a lot of like uh, industrial influence
yeah.
into they had a lot of industrial stuff into like the new metal sound.
Hmm.
I always thought was really cool. So that stuff was like where where it started. I'm kind of getting off on a tangent now, so
No,
I feel
no,
like
no, you're good,
yeah.
man. Dude, you're
Um,
good.
I'm trying to circle this back around to the like original question here.
Right.
Because we're just kind of riffing, but
Right.
uh sorry, where like what was
Oh,
the
well, going back to that question, like the music influences that you had,
mm,
like, and that's what I was wondering, like, what else, influenced you with the R&B type of music,
yeah.
but you
Yeah.
you you got me on that, man. You're good.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
I got it. I just had to jog my memory, man. You know what
It's
I
all
mean?
right.
The
It's all right.
brain's been rocked around too many times, too much head
Right.
banging, it gets all jumbled up. Uh
Right.
yeah, sorry. What I was circling back to here was that the defining moments, yeah. So
Yeah.
there's another defining moment that made me say like this is what I want to do, and it was
Yep.
another band that I was very into growing up was the Misfits.
Wow.
uh yeah, very huge into Misfits. When I found that band, and I don't know how old I was probably like 13 or 14, I think, when I like
Yeah.
started listening to the Misfits.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't something like I really heard a lot when I was like a young kid with all the other stuff I was hearing. But
Hmm.
um, when I found it, I don't know why. It's just like it, I just gravitated towards it, and I really liked that band, and I got to see they were on the Misfits All Stars tour. So it was like after Danzig had left the band, and it was after Michael Graves had left the band. Like it was like all these like all the stuff that I was listening to that I got into. it wasn't that, but I still got to see like Jerry Only and 𝐬𝐿 and Marky Ramone like play together.
Hmm.
So the story of this is I go to this show with the same friend that I went to the Dream Theater concert with.
Oh,
So there's
okay.
a huge juxtaposition there, right?
Right.
And we go to this show, um, and we're in the crowd. They're up there playing. They're playing a cover of a Black Flag song,
Mm.
"Rise Above,"
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and and I knew every word to that song. And I don't know why, but that time, like I knew that song. I loved that song. And
Yeah.
I'm in the crowd screaming every word. And Jerry Only looks right at me and like points at me, reaches his hand out, grabs me, yanks me up on stage because that dude's such a fucking unit.
Yeah.
And and then he just points at the microphone. They're like in the beginning of the song. So I just like am doing this. I'm 17 years old. I'm on stage with what is currently the Misfits.
Yeah.
You know, I'm on stage with punk rock royalty. I'm with Jerry Only, 𝐬𝐿 and Marky Ramone, and I'm
Mm.
singing "Rise Above,"
Right. Yeah.
and I sing the almost entirety of the song to the point where 𝐬𝐿, who was in the fucking band, is backing me up, and and I'm just like, and I
Oh,
killed it. And everybody, everybody at the show is just like the crowd went, erupted. And I go to shake Jerry Only's hand afterward, and he just grabs me and gives
man.
me this giant hug. And I like, and then the security guard's like showing me like where to go off the stage, and I'm just like, oh my
Yeah.
god, like freaking out. And I like, and I go back to like my friends that I went to that show, and they're
Yeah.
just like, what the fuck? Like, how did you,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, and
Dude, that's awesome, man.
it was, yeah, dude, it was just crazy. But I think that was another like there's like three defining moments of like
Yeah.
how did I know I was going to do this?
Yeah.
That is one of them.
Dude.
That is one of them. To be in that position where I've never been on a stage in front of people like that,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? And in that moment on the spot, like, and you know what I mean? Like once in a lifetime opportunity, Jerry Only tells me to get on the mic, and I killed it.
Right. Dude.
And I was
Okay.
just like, yeah, this is it. I got to do it.
Dude, if this didn't happen with your music career, would you ever picked any other occupation at all, you know?
um, I did go to college for photography.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I dropped out of college to do music,
Yeah.
um, but I did want to be a photographer. And actually, in school, um, even before college, there was a time in my life where I wanted to be a veterinarian. Uh,
Okay. Okay.
I've I've always loved animals.
Yeah.
Very very big on animals. I was kind of like whatever in high school. Like I didn't really care too much. You know what I mean? Like it was just kind of like I was just kind of going through the motions as everybody, every other angsty teen does, uh, until like my senior year, and I would like started like taking like vet tech programs, started having some like elective classes with like zoology and marine biology stuff, um, and it wasn't until like just before I was getting ready to graduate that I was like, I don't want to go to school for that long.
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna be a photographer. Because
Dude.
my uncle was kind of already getting me into photography as it was anyway,
Yeah.
and so I graduated, and I remember getting like a little digital camera for my open house, and I was just always taking pictures of everything, my friends and shows and stuff,
Hmm.
and I spent a few years in college studying that, um,
Damn,
and I think
man.
I hit that crossroads in life where it was just like, all right, like you know, tours. I got a tour coming up.
Yeah.
Uh, and it was a small little shitty tour. It was before we blew up, you know what I mean? It was like nobody knew who we were or whatever, but it was a chance to get in a van and go on the road, which, once you decide like this music shit's what you want to do, it's what
Yeah.
you dream about.
Yeah.
And it was like finish the semester or go on the road.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a hard choice for me. It might have been a hard choice for the rest of my family to hear,
Yeah.
but
How did they take it?
they've always been supportive. And at the end of the day, it's just like, my mom's like, if this is what you want to do and you truly believe in it, like, you know, do it,
I'm
just
glad your
just do
mom.
it to the fullest. That's it. Just do it to the fullest. So, yeah, like I said, like I'm super grateful, that my mom allowed me to chase the dream
Oh
when,
my
I'm
gosh.
at an age where, a lot of people, a lot of my peers, a lot of kids I grew up with, whatever, they're kind of in that, like, I gotta go to school, I gotta get a job, I gotta get this financial security, I gotta do all this, stuff that, I'm on the other end, just like living at home and chasing the dream. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
it was always like I just had to be doing something. If
Yeah.
if I'm not keeping a full time job, I got to be going to school. If I'm not, and I wasn't doing either of those. I was being a broke, starving artist on the road, but
Yeah.
at least I was pushing towards something. And
Man.
and I'm lucky, man, because I know a lot of people that don't have that kind of support, in something that they truly believe in, like
Man.
that.
All I can say is God bless your mom.
Yeah, yeah,
Seriously.
truly, truly.
Your mom is truly, she's awesome. Like,
No,
man, she is awesome, man.
yeah, she's the best. Because I don't know, without her, and like I said, without her and my grandmother, my grandmother bought me my first guitar. My grandmother was taking me down the to the local to go to shows every weekend. Uh,
Mm,
my grandmother was, picking David up to bring him over for practice, or taking me over to him, or whatever, uh, making sure, that I could do the thing that I wanted to do.
yeah.
And, I said, like, when I decided, like, I'm going to put college on hold and,
Yeah.
pursue this music thing, you know,
Mm,
they were, they were all right with it, and, look where it got me, you
yeah.
know? So,
Yeah.
I mean, I like, again, it's like, well, look, Ma, like, you believed in it and you supported me and let me do my thing. So here you go. There's iced tea.
Right? Oh man.
I'm
Yeah.
on tour with Body Count.
Yeah,
Like, here you
right.
go.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Will Dorsey Jr. Talk Music Podcast. If you like what you see, please hit that subscribe button. That little red button on there, just hit it. That will help me out tremendously. If you can also, subscribe to our YouTube channel, that will also help me. And if you wanted to download our podcast on Apple or Google or Amazon or even Spotify, you can check us out on there. Hope you guys enjoy the show.
Today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, eRecord Studio, the new way musicians rehearse, record, and share their e-record sessions on social media. Visit ERS on eRecordStudio.com. Download this amazing app on Google and Apple Apps stores.
Visit us on www.talkmusicpodcast.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Download our podcast on Apple, Google, Amazon, and Spotify.